Hello folks, this is Aitan Ajha from InspiredToRise.com, and today we have the Asus ROG G20 CB desktop here with us for a detailed review and unboxing of the same. So guys, let's begin. So we will start off firstly with the unboxing for this device. We got this device in this package. It was quite a big package and I had to pry it open with a Swiss knife. So after I was done doing all of this, let's just open it up. Even on 6x time lapse speed, I am not able to open it up that quickly. So that shows how much stuff is inside there. This is ROG G20 CB. I had already reviewed the ROG G20 AJ, and the G20 CB has an NVIDIA GTX 1080 graphics card. You get the normal membrane switch keyboard along with this. You get the ROG G20 CB desktop, which has a 12-liter capacity inside, and if you look at the other accessories, you get the power cables, and what else do you get? You get the mouse for this desktop, and you can see all of these here. You get two dual power cables. These are for powering up your CPU as well as your GPU at the same time, and the power plug does not have Indian style pins, so you have to use a separate multi-plug for connecting these to your power supply. If you remember my ROG G20 AJ review, there I had only one power supply, so I was not able to draw out the maximum performance from that desktop, but this time that error won't be repeated. It comes with two USB 3.1, two USB 3.0, two USB 2.0, one HDMI out, one LAN port, and one 7.1 channel audio port, along with two DC in ports and one Kensington lock port on the back of this device. And on the front of this device, we have two USB 3.0 ports, one microphone port, and one headphone port, along with the optical drive. On the top, we have the fan outlets for this device, and it has a very great cooling solution wherein it draws air from the bottom and pushes out hot air from above, just like the Mac Pro trash can model 2013 model, if you guys remember that. Let's talk about the keyboard. It comes with a membrane switch keyboard, which was an okay keyboard, but it's certainly not as great as a mechanical keyboard. The click presses were okay, but not that great. One of the good things about this keyboard is that it has a volume control knob, and it has few other nice shortcuts which make it a little better to use. It comes with an Intel Core i7-6700 processor, Intel H170 chipset. It has a L3 cache of 8MB, 4 core, 8 threads, but it has less single core performance than the last generation of 4th gen processor used by these guys. It comes with 32GB of DDR4 RAM, which is really great, and it has 16GB sticks put together in a dual channel configuration running at 2133 MHz. And you can expand the RAM up to 64GB. It uses SODIMMs and not the big sized RAM modules, and it comes with NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 with 8GB of GDDR5 memory, and this graphic card is seriously good. You can see all of the details about this graphic card over here. Supports CUDA, runs really great with Premiere Pro loads, and really great with almost all modern games. Supports DirectX 12, has support for almost all of the new APIs like Vulkan etc. also, but not as fast on the Vulkan API as the newer AMD cards. But still, this is one of the best graphic cards out there right now. And the read-write speed on the C drive was really good because it's a 256GB M2 PCI Express SSD, and internal hard disk is a 3TB hard disk running at 7200 RPM. That's also quite fast. It scored 4837 on the single core and 15279 on the multi-core score on the Geekbench benchmark for Windows. I ran the 32-bit version, not the 64-bit version, because that's paid and I'm an underpaid YouTuber. The Intel Core i7-6700 is not as fast as the K model, but still it's fast enough for your normal gaming needs, and scored around 6156 on the TimeSpy benchmark for the 3D Mark model. Just a little bit short of a 4K gaming PC, and on the Firestrike benchmark also I got around 15335, and that's also a little bit short of a 4K gaming PC, though I feel that you can easily run 4K games on this at medium settings. Being a video editor, I edited around dozens of videos on this rig, and needless to say, it performs really great. I edited so complex clips with so much effects and transitions and everything, and almost all of them were rendered within 10 minutes or 11 minutes or so, and sometimes when the sequences were short, it rendered in even lesser time. I played a lot of modern games on this system, and what I found out from my time with this system was that almost every game ran flawlessly. I used my LG ultra wide monitor, which runs at a native resolution of 2560 by 1080, which is 21:9 aspect ratio, a little bit more than the 1920 into 1080 resolution. and that gives you a better sense of how powerful this system is in terms of gaming. I was able to play Rise of the Tomb Raider very nicely, but Fraps was not showing on that one, but still I say that the gameplay was really smooth, around 60 FPS, and while playing Grand Theft Auto 5 also I got consistently 50 to 60 FPS even with everything pushed to the maximum, extended scaling, everything else, every setting possible was pushed to the maximum. I did not record my screen using any software or so, because I feel that whenever you try a third party solution like that, you always lose some FPS using such a thing. So I recorded my gameplay using my camera, so I'm really sorry for some of the out of focus shots. I tried it on a slightly higher resolution. If you are someone who wants to play games on 1080p resolution using a normal 16:9 monitor, these games would run even better for you because of the less number of pixels involved in it. I also played the Tomb Raider 2013 game, and that also ran flawlessly around 50 to 60 frames per second every time running this game. If you talk about heating issues, then I didn't encounter any heating issues, though I did not have to use any heater in the cold weather of Delhi because of the fact that my room was closed up, and the ROG G20 CB does provide you enough hot air while you are running games or really heavy video renders while editing your videos. At 22 decibels, the internal fan is quite silent, and I was never able to hear it with my earphones or headphones plugged in, and even in the dead of the night it wasn't that much audible. I also played Max Payne 3 on this system with everything pushed up, with MSAA, anti-aliasing, everything pushed to the maximum possible limits, and I got around 60 frames per second constant with this one on the 2560x1080 monitor, which I am going to review soon enough. And the gameplay experience was really great. This desktop pushed me to relive my gaming days, and it was really a great fun experience. The 32GB of DDR4 RAM is more than enough for your video editing needs and more than enough for any gameplay, virtual machines or anything serious that you might want to run on this device, and you can even upgrade it further to 64GB in case you have some serious cache lying around. And I also played Far Cry 4 on this system. You can see the FPS counter on top. The FPS were quite stable, logged in between 45 to 60 FPS. I rarely got constant 60 FPS, it was mostly between 45 to 55, but still the Far Cry 4 game was running smoothly on this, and when you open even more complex environments on Far Cry 4, the FPS would definitely drop down to 40-45, but it would still be really playable. I played all of the games running them directly from the normal mechanical hard drive and never loaded any game from the SSD. I would say you can get even better performance if you keep few selected games in the SSD. I played Assassin's Creed Syndicate on this one and I got constantly around 45 to 56 frames per second. It never went to the 60 FPS logged mark because I was playing with everything pushed to the max. But in case you are running it on 1080p normal 16:9, you might be able to get that 60 FPS constant logged in by pushing down few of the settings a little bit. The device comes preloaded with AI Charger 2 and you have to go in battery profile settings and set it to high performance in order to get the maximum performance out of your device. And it comes with Asus Command, Asus Web Storage, Aegis 2 and a McAfee antivirus trial, and I had to remove it before making this PC usable. The ROG G20 CB comes with custom LED lighting and it's one of the greatest points for this device. When you are listening to any song, the lights would light up on the front of this device as the equalizer lights up and it looks pretty dope. The RGB lighting is customizable and you can customize it via the inbuilt software provided by Asus guys, so in case you are someone who does not like the default red color, you can always change it. I also tested Witcher 3 Wild Hunt on this one, but I deleted the footage by accident and I'm crying right now in a corner. But I would like to say that with Nvidia Hairworks turned on and everything turned on, I was able to get around 40 to 48 frames per second constantly, not 60 FPS. When you turn off the Hairworks etc., then only 60 FPS constantly was possible. This device retails for a price of around 1,70,000. And for such price, I would recommend this only to people who want such a mid-tower gaming PC which has almost everything built in properly beforehand. If you look closely enough, the back of this device also had additional ports like the display port, 2 HDMI ports and one another port. This was because of the fact that the Nvidia GTX 1080 graphics card is present on the back, which offers you some additional display ports, so you can easily drive 2, 3, 4 displays with this desktop. The ROG G20 CB is something for the enthusiast who wants a good looking gaming PC and does not hesitate to spend money on something like that. For someone who wants to make a custom build, they can easily spend 1,70,000 on making a really great custom build which can throw anything out of the water in terms of raw performance. So if you're someone who cares about looks, aesthetics as well as gaming performance and wants something compact that can sit really nicely on your work desk or gaming station, then this is one of the desktops that I would recommend to you. So guys, this was it for this video. In case you liked this one, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos like this. This is Aditya Jha from inspiredtorise.com signing off folks. Stay inspired to rise.